Hi readers, this is Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper, or welcome if this is your first time. Thanks for joining me today. This is the middle of June, which means that this is almost the end of quarter 2 of 2024. I cannot believe that, actually. It feels like January was just here the other day. And also that means that I need you to, as some people say, boss my TBR, but I need you to pick my nonfiction read for the next quarter, for quarter 3, which is July through September. This does mean that I will be off of the no buy challenge in the middle of August. However, I may not be. So I've chosen 3 titles this time that I own physically in the event that I decide to go on with the no buy challenge. One of these, and indeed may be started very, very soon because I'll tell you why in a minute. You'll know why. I have thought carefully about these 3, and one of them is on the list of nonfiction books that I wanted to read this year. But I also chose it for the reason I chose another one as well, and that is because I'm noticing recently that my internal regulation and my anxiety, to be quite frank, is the indicator that I am having a little bit more disruption of my own mental health, and I'm not necessarily caring for myself in the same way that I have done in the past. Life gets in the way, things happen, and it's not an intentional choice, but I recognize that I've been meditating less, I have been feeling more anxious. I've had some periods of ups and downs in my mood. Yeah, I just think that that's something for me to pay attention to. So 2 of these books I've chosen as a result of that, but I don't want that to influence you at all because the other book there's a good reason why I chose that one too. That's where I was and am when I chose these 3 possibilities for you to choose from. So the first one is on my list of the nonfiction books that I want to read in 2024, and that is Michelle Obama's The Light We Carry: Overcoming in Uncertain Times. And I will say that some of the ways that I'm feeling are related to some of the things that are happening around me in these times. I'm very influenced by some of that. So this one is a follow-up to her memoir, Becoming, which I adored, and it is a way to locate and lean on a set of tools to help us better navigate change and remain steady within flux. How do we build enduring and honest relationships? How can we discover strength and community inside our differences? What tools do we use to address feelings of self-doubt or helplessness? What do we do when it all starts to feel like too much? And I would say that that is a great description, sorry, this is very shiny, of some of what I've been feeling lately. So that is the choice number 1. Choice number 2 is also in this vein, and I've had this book for a long time. I did buy it used, so there's that. I used to buy used books a lot, especially nonfiction. Emotional Yoga: How the Body Can Heal the Mind by Bija Bennett, with a foreword by Deepak Chopra, who I have read and followed over time. I've had this for years. I think I got it before I even moved to where I live before now. And I started it and I got through about half of it, I think, and then I did not get back to it. That is not going to happen this time. However, this one I may not read in the entire, well, I can read the entire book. Let's just say that. But if I decide to choose this one, or if you decide to choose this one, which is one of the reasons that I'm bringing this early, I would need to be engaged with this to be able to set up these routines and practices and really go through this physically as well as reading it and taking it in intellectually. So I would need to start this first thing in July so that I could really experience this in the way that it's intended. This one goes through a number of poses. It goes through sort of segments of how each pose interacts with your body, how you can meditate through this. It is a basic yoga, but also rediscovering your emotional and spiritual wellness that yoga can bring. So she has the full advantage of the body-mind connection is recognized in this, the Eightfold Path of Yoga, which is the original teachings of people who brought this forward. So it's movement, breathing, meditation, lifestyle skills, rituals, gestures, and healing sounds, each presented in a way that's true to Bennett's background in the tradition of Yin Yoga, which allows the reader to adapt the program to his or her specific needs. So that is that one. Okay. And then the last one, totally unrelated, maybe a little bit traumatic in the reading of it, but here's why it's important. So this is The Longest Day, June 6th, 1944, the classic epic of D-Day by Cornelius Ryan. And the reason I chose this is because my father entered into Omaha Beach on June 6th, 1944. If he were alive today, he would be 102. He actually left the boat onto Omaha Beach, which they call Bloody Omaha, when he was 22 years old. Because this is the 80th anniversary of that landing on Normandy, I wanted to be sure that I was aware of that and sort of honoring my dad's experience and his service. And so this one felt like the right choice. I have other books about D-Day as well. This is not the most pretty one that I have. Certainly, I probably will put this in a little free library when I'm done. I got it at a library book sale. You can tell because they blacked out the library on it. I have access to this on Everand to listen to it. So that would probably be my preferred way of consuming it. But I mean, it's not in terrible shape. This book is fairly old. This was published in 1959. And the copyright was renewed by other people in 1987. And this edition was published in 1984. And again, if I don't read it during this quarter, there's nothing that will stop me from reading any of these another time or at the same time. But I do want you to prioritize one of these from me. So again, to wrap up, The Longest Day by Cornelius Ryan, which is about D-Day. The emotional yoga program, which is going to be a very physical experience as well as a mental experience for me throughout. And then The Light We Carry by Michelle Obama, which is overcoming in uncertain times and really helping me to cope with, and all of us to cope with, the implications of what's happening around us and inside of us. That's them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this open till the end of June, and June has 31 days in it, right? Am I right? Yes. Sorry, editing Lori here, who's also having a snack while I'm editing it. There's 30 days in June, so June 30th is the deadline. For heaven's sake, I just can't see that far. So between now and the end of June, you are able to vote for which one of those you would like to see me read, or which one of those you would choose. But whatever you vote for is how I will tally this. So can't wait to see which one you pick, and I can't wait to choose any of these this next quarter. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your comments, your support, your subscriptions to my channel, your connection in other ways that we connect, including Instagram, Facebook, Discord. I really am, again, so pleased with this community of people that I am blessed to be a part of. And as always, happy reading. Bye.